Hello and welcome to the Drug Lifecycle Minute. I'm your host, Philip Day. My guest today is Dr. Mukesh Kumar, the Chief Innovation Officer of Drug Lifecycle Delta. Hello, Dr. Kumar.
Hi, Philip. Good to be here.
Glad you're here. Our topic today is really about managing a clinical trial. Now, a lot of people wonder, including myself, is all of the planning, everything that's done beforehand. So I'm going to ask you several questions and you can put it all together. First, how is a clinical trial run? How many people are involved in planning it and conducting it? And how in the world does the FDA approve something like this? It's big.
Clinical trials are very large projects. I mean, they involve, the professionals alone. There are about close to 200 some people involved in an average size clinical trial. So we're talking of doctors and there's nurses and their staff, and then the people managing them, doing contracting, support. So there is it's a very complex project. It involves a lot of people working in sync to execute it. And any one of them, if they are behind or if they make a mistake, it affects every other person on the team. So there are a lot of people. You can divide them into three categories. One is the people who run these trials, who manage them, sponsor them. These are your clinical research associates, your companies, your sponsors. And then you have doctors who actually participate in these trials and bring patients on board. And each doctor would have some nurses, would have some pharmacy guy, would have some other people helping them to do the trial. And then you have patients, the people who actually, who get the drugs tested on them. So the only person that we cannot control well is the patients. The doctors and the other people, they have a lot of tools to help them do their job.
Okay. And obviously, with all of those players involved, clinical trials are complex projects. How do professionals manage them?
Well, you have a lot of project management tools that people use. So people use something as simple as a list of tasks. So you have maybe an Excel worksheet or a Word file and you track everything manually. Most of the industry works on manual trackers of different kinds. So everybody can track what they are doing and when. It is very cumbersome. It takes a lot of time. And actually, on an average, a project manager doing clinical trials spends about more than half of his or her time, just chasing the projects. So just chasing what's happening and who's doing what and so on.
Well, chasing obviously is a lot of effort, and it's trying to keep up with the paperwork and legal and everything else. So, in light of all that, what can be done to improve a clinical trial execution? How can it be done better?
Well, it's the same way you do your, some very mundane things these days. If you want to remember something, you put it on your calendar and your calendar reminds you when the time for that meeting comes. We use a lot of tools in our common life, in our general life to manage our projects. We remember birthdays and we remember, what grocery to buy and do simple things. The irony is that clinical trials, even in this day and age, use a lot of manual tools, which is not a very productive use of your time. So people can use, there are automation tools available. One of them is our tool, and they can use those tools to not do a lot of things that can be automatically done. And that spares a lot of time that you have, that you can use for something more productive than, sending an email to say, hey, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. So Delta has a customized tool that can be used that will help these drug manufacturers do all this massive management much better and much more efficiently.
Delta was created by project managers to make their life easy. It was created by clinical project managers. It is based on a very well-established industry standard called Workfront. And that standard is used by many industries, mostly in IT and in defense and in healthcare, in hospitals. It is used a lot by professionals to manage their work. And Delta was created basically an add-on to that tool so that we can do an easier job.
Okay, fantastic. This has been very helpful. And we want to thank everyone for joining us for the Drug Life Cycle Minute. You can find out more about us at www.druglifecycle.com. Be sure to like our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter and LinkedIn. Take control with Delta. Have a healthy day. Bye-bye.